Welcome to a More Beautiful World podcast with Susyn Renee, a place for those of us with the desire to expand our consciousness, tap into higher vibrations of love, and to connect into a community where together we can make the world a more beautiful place. I'm so eager to share with you what I've learned on my journey in discovering how we're all connected and how what we do for one, we do for us all. Here, I'll be sharing my own experiences, knowledge, and expertise for how you can heal, transform, and ascend your being so that together we can create the more beautiful world we all know is possible. Well, hello, tribe, and welcome to another episode of A More Beautiful World. And today we are going to be talking about the power of gratitude and appreciation. So, in this episode, in talking about the power of gratitude and appreciation, both are very similar, and I'm going to focus mostly on gratitude here today. Though appreciation is like next level gratitude. So it felt right to include it here, give it kind of an honorable mention. But having an attitude of gratitude does offer so many benefits. And it's actually a very easy mindset to cultivate with a bit of intention, a bit of awareness, and a little bit of effort. So we'll explore today ways in which you can bring gratitude and appreciation into your life to help better yourself and, of course, beautify our world. So, a few questions to get started and get you in a mindset for this episode. Ask yourself right now, do you feel that you are grateful? Do you feel grateful for your life? Do you appreciate the experiences that you've had on your journey? Or do you appreciate the people, your loved ones that are on the journey with you? Do you appreciate yourself? Are you grateful for yourself and the things that you do? Are you grateful for your body? This beautiful vessel that takes you through this journey of life. And do you give thanks for the blessings that come in? Hopefully, a lot of those answers were yes. But most often, there's some no's in there. So let's talk about gratitude. And to start off, what is gratitude, right? Gratitude is feeling thankful or grateful. Pretty simple. Appreciation, on the other hand, it's kind of, again, it's like this next level gratitude. It's when we acknowledge the value of something or someone. So while we can be grateful for it, appreciating something or someone, again, is really acknowledging their value. So it's kind of like this next level of gratitude. But gratitude in itself is so powerful. And it is talked about so frequently in the spiritual realm. As people work to improve their mindsets, gratitude is powerful. So it is talked about a lot. But I have found a lot of people give this practice lip service or just glance over it. Or some people, build in gratitude and cultivate gratitude in their life only when things are going well. When things are good, it's like easy to be grateful, right? But what happens when things aren't feeling so good? What happens when things are falling apart all around you? Can you tap into gratitude and appreciation at those moments? That is really, truly where you develop that attitude of gratitude and appreciation and can connect into the real power of it. So with gratitude, gratitude is often used synonymously with an abundant mindset. So if you are living, in gratitude and harnessing the power of gratitude, you have an abundant mindset. And that means you believe that the universe is supporting you and it's working for you. It's conspiring for you and it delivers all that you need, want, and desire. So the opposite of this abundant mindset is a scarcity mindset. It's also called a lack mindset or a lack mentality, a scarcity mentality. And most often I see people operating out of the lack, out of the scarcity mentality. I mean, If you've been, out to a restaurant or a coffee shop or the airport or whatever, when you're around other people, or even around your own friends and family. How often do you hear people say, well, I'll be happy when I finally get that promotion? Or I'll be happy once I finally find that partner, or I finally get a boyfriend or a girlfriend, or when I get married. I'll be happy when whatever, insert, something that they want in their life, right? Because we are all connected, right? The lack of gratitude and appreciation that is out there, is breeding this story of separation. If we're all connected, which I do believe we are, and what we do for one, we do for us all, wouldn't you want to receive more gratitude and appreciation? And can you see how it can be very detrimental to have all of this complaining and lack mentality going on? With the lack and the lack mentality and the scarcity mentality, they are going to keep you from manifesting your desires. So if you want to find the way to manifest your desires, and if you want to know where your power lies in raising your vibration, it is in shifting to this attitude of gratitude. There is, again, so much power in gratitude and appreciation to help you manifest more in your life and to raise your vibration, and again, to ultimately better yourself and beautify our world. And let me just quick aside, this isn't just some spiritual BS that I'm throwing out there, okay? Or that anyone's throwing out there for any reason, because there is research out there that shows that people who live in gratitude and have this, attitude of gratitude and an abundant mindset experience more happiness. They have greater joy in their life as well. Also, research shows that when you are in a gratitude, abundant mindset, it literally can rewire your brain. So as you work on cultivating the attitude of gratitude and having a grateful mindset and can focus on what's good, you are rewiring your brain to focus on the positive. So how freaking cool is that? Our brains are a bit mysterious, but they're magnificent and wonderful, and we do have the power to rewire them. So if, and asking some questions at the beginning here, or if you maybe already knew that you have been stuck in a lack or a scarcity mentality, and if you want to power up your ability to become the creator of your life and you want to manifest your desires, you've got to bring in gratitude and appreciation. And that is bringing it in for all that you have right now. It is a must. So with that, let me tell you a quick story. I learned about, gratitude early on in my holistic nutrition and lifestyle schooling, and I began this practice a long time ago. I knew the power of what's good. I knew that we could rewire our brains. Didn't have too much consistency with the practice for the first few years. However, the practice was really deepened for me over these last 3 years. And I have literally now, at the time of this recording, been journaling my gratitudes every day since the fall of 2018. So just over 3 years. And I have several journals filled up with all my blessings, all my goodness, all the gratitude. And, people always say when they meet me, when they interact with me, friends, family, new people I meet, they're like, wow, you have such a positive attitude. You're so uplifting. It's so great to know you. It's so great to meet you. It's so great to be in your energy. Well, let me tell you, this positive energy that I have created, it didn't just happen to me. I've worked at it. And I can tell you one of the critical pieces that has helped me in getting to where I am today, to be able to focus on the positive, to be able to find the blessings, and to have gratitude even in the hard times, and to deeply appreciate myself and others and experiences. It has all happened because of my gratitude practice. I mean, yes, there are a lot of other things in my life, but I can tell you the gratitude journaling has been a key and instrumental part in me being able to create deeper joy and connect with more happiness, and even increase my well-being. As a with a history of anxiety and depression, I can tell you the gratitude journaling has helped me immensely, in alleviating the anxiety and easing the depression on my journey as well. So, with that, just like anyone, we all have a choice. We have a choice to focus on the positive or the negative, to be grateful or to not give a shit, right? And I could choose to focus on the negative. I could have chosen to be upset about meeting a partner who was going overseas for a year. I could choose to be upset when my client roster isn't full. I could focus on anything that feels wrong in my life, or, that feels lacking. Though at this point, I choose to focus on the blessings. And at this point in my life, I also feel like even in some of the most adverse situations and some of the most difficult moments, the darkest spots, when things feel hard, I can always find the blessing. And I can always find something to be grateful for and something to appreciate. And my dad, shout out to dad, is always one of the biggest mirrors for me, on my gratitude practice specifically. Because as he's gone through his own challenges, and shares his challenges with me, I always give him, a very positive, uplifting look, help him find his blessings. And, he always is like commenting on how I move through my life with such grace and positivity. And hey, thanks, Dad. I appreciate that reflection, and I'm going to continue to do so. My mom has seen the changes in me as well. And her and I have a very close relationship now. And she constantly, comments on how much work I've done and how much I've changed. And she sees those big shifts in me because, mom's been with me in some of the darkest moments of my soul, especially around the depression and the anxiety. And, for her to be able to see the grace and the gratitude and the appreciation that I've brought into my life is really a blessing in itself. And I appreciate her for that reflection as well. But you guys, the benefits of gratitude are truly endless. I'm going to share a few main things that gratitude can do for you, to hopefully inspire you to cultivate this gratitude and abundant mindset. So first of all, it does help you focus on solutions, instead of the problems you are faced with. So over time, as you're focusing on gratitude, when adversity strikes, you do find more solutions, and it keeps us in a more proactive state than a reactive state. It also does, gratitude practice specifically creates the abundant mindset, which is why the two are used so interchangeably. But the abundant mindset, again, is connecting into the energy, and the knowing that the universe will always provide for you. It doesn't matter what situation you're in, you will always be supported. There is always more than enough from the universe, to support and nourish you. So connecting you into that abundant mindset from a gratitude practice is another amazing benefit. It also helps you more easily let go of your fears, and that's because you're developing this deep trust in the universe, again, that you're always supported, kind of flows into that abundant mindset mentality. You're also able to better cope with adversity, when it comes up, because, having an attitude of gratitude isn't about, always having a roses and sunshine experience in life. It's that even in the shit moments and even in the hardest of times, you can cope better. You're more resilient to move through it with grace, and you can find the blessings. And again, another huge benefit, having an attitude of gratitude does bring in more happiness and joy, and it can even improve your health and well-being. So with all of these amazing benefits, which I'm sure I missed a bunch of them, who wouldn't want to work on their gratitude? I know, working with clients and what I've seen on my own journey too, it is one of the simplest practices that you can bring in to raise your vibration. So I have a big history in working in the anxiety and depression space. And this is always one of the first things I bring in with clients because it's so powerful and it's an easy thing to incorporate, which we'll talk about in a second here. So really, that's what we're going to talk about now. What are the ways to rewire your brain, to focus on what's good? What are the ways to remove all of this negative programming that we've had in, feeling separated from each other and complaining and being in this lack and scarcity mentality? And how do we reprogram ourselves to shift into gratitude and abundance? Let's talk about it. So again, this is a practice I love bringing in with clients, and there's a few different ways we can do it, but it always starts. And I believe, if you're not doing any of this yet, start here. Start with gratitude journaling. Okay. And you don't have to spend, long amounts of time doing this. If you can just write down 4 things every day that you are grateful for, and it does not matter how big or how small they are, this will help you rewire your brain. Okay. So when you're doing it, again, writing down 4 things, if you wrote down 4 sentences, I would be shocked if it took anybody longer than 5 minutes. Okay. And if you feel stuck at first, when you are getting into this practice, again, remember, it does not matter how big or how small your gratitude is or your blessings are that you're counting. I remember when I first started, some of the things I wrote down were simply, I'm grateful I got out of bed today. I'm grateful I didn't have a panic attack. I'm grateful that I have food in my belly. I'm grateful that I have a cat who likes to snuggle. Okay, they can be really small. So when we're talking about gratitude journaling, it's not that you have to have these big, crazy, life experiences every single day to be grateful for, right? They can be the simple, the little things. And sometimes counting those blessings is actually the most fun, in my opinion. One way to connect into it, if you're having a bit of trouble connecting into what you're grateful for, I find that simply placing your hand over your heart, taking a few deep breaths. Just doing that now feels so good. If you do that, before you write, it really does help you feel into that gratitude, and it can help you connect into your heart energy, and it allows you to maybe write a little more freely. So again, number 1 practice, gratitude journaling, at least 4 things you're grateful for every single day. And you know what? If you miss a day, don't worry about it. You can capture it the next day, or you can just move on. It's okay. I think we have to have some grace and compassion as we are creating new habits, but the goal is every day. All right. And you may find once you get going, which I know this has happened in my experience, I now write a lot more than 4 things down every day. On some busy days or days where I really don't feel good, I just at least make sure I get 4. So it varies, but do what feels good for you. And again, if you do nothing else, or take nothing else away from this recording, bringing in a practice of daily gratitude is very powerful, and I highly recommend it. Number 2 is to have more positive conversations. So many people are addicted to talking about shit that is wrong in their life. People are addicted to complaining. So, when I talk about having positive conversations, I think this is really twofold. First, I think you yourself need to do your best to talk about your blessings instead of complaining. Get away from that addiction of talking about what's wrong and complaining. Again, if you listen to people out there talking, most people are complaining. So do your best. And focus on talking about your blessings. What's good in your life? What's going well? What are you grateful for? Share that with people. And with that, I think shifting conversations, if you can, to be more positive, is helpful too. So again, you can do this yourself, but also if you catch people, talking about their woes, ask them, what's good that's coming out of this? What's a blessing that you see here? And helping people expand their awareness. They may not always shift and start talking about positive things and talk about what they're grateful for, but at this point, you are a seed planter and you are planting the seeds of positivity and gratitude into their head. So whether they water those seeds and they bloom, who knows? But at least you are doing your best to be more positive and to have more positive conversations and to spread the gratitude, all right, and to spread the joy of counting our blessings. So tip number 3 in really harnessing this power of gratitude is hang out with positive people. All right. So just like we were talking about, people are addicted to complaining, right? There's a lot of complainers out there. There's a lot of energy draining folks out there. I call them energy vampires. I am, again, as you've probably heard in past episodes, I am empathic. I am clairsentient. I am very sensitive to individuals' energies. And this has been a big experience for me as I've gone through my spiritual journey, because we get to choose who we hang out with. And if you want to be in more of an attitude of gratitude, hanging out with more positive people who talk about their joys and who talk about their happiness and who talk about their blessings and what they appreciate and what they're grateful for will help you do the same. So again, you get to choose who you hang out with. And, there's an old saying out there that goes something like, you are who you hang with. And I've always felt that to be really true. So if you find yourself right now in life connected to a lot of people who are negative and who drain your energy, you can do one of two things. You can talk to them about it and set up some boundaries to say, I am no longer willing to have these conversations. I'm no longer willing to, be your dumping ground for all of this negativity. Or you can stop hanging out with them, and I want you all to know you are allowed to choose who you hang out with, and you are allowed to put up boundaries with people. Now, a lot of times the objection I get from this statement is that, well, what about my family? I can't say that to my family. Well, yes, you can. Again, you get to choose. I've spoken to many of my family members on this topic personally because they needed to know I am not their dumping ground. I am more than happy to talk about solutions with people. I'm not saying, hey, if you're going through a rough time, don't reach out to me. I don't want your negativity. I'm saying, hey, I'll hear you out, but then we're going to talk about solutions. I'm not just going to swirl with you in the negativity and the complaining, because I do way too much to keep my energy high and my vibes high, and to stay in this mindset of gratitude and appreciation and abundance. And you get to choose too. So hanging out with positive people, surrounding yourself in positive people and environments, probably could have done a whole thing on environments here too, is really important. So just remember, you get to choose. And hanging out with positive people does help you stay in the positive vibe, stay in the grateful attitude and the abundant mindset. So this is kind of a next level one. Like after you've kind of mastered these, giving more. There are so many benefits that come from generosity in itself, but I believe it does help us tap into gratitude as well. Just having the ability to give is something to be grateful for, but I think where giving, comes in and this generosity aspect comes in is it really helps us on this side of the abundance mindset, because it does confirm with the universe that you trust the universe, that you can give. And there's always more than enough to go around. You know that in giving, you will still receive. And as you give more, you will receive more. And it really does build a lot of momentum for your gratitude practice. And again, I think more than anything on this one, it does cultivate that abundance mindset. So that is something to consider, again, especially if you've mastered some of the other things I've talked about. Getting into the state of giving can really help you harness the power of gratitude and appreciation, and and really cultivate that abundant mindset for yourself. So the next thing you can do in working on your gratitude mindset and harnessing this power is find the blessing. So even when things are feeling like shit, okay, when bad things happen, can you find the blessing or the bright spot in what's happening? What is the silver lining to the situation? Even in the face of adversity, can you see what's good from where you're at? I think, again, this is one of the final stretches and final components of a gratitude practice. And this does come more and more and more easily after you work on the daily gratitude practice. Because what happens is, as we work on our daily gratitude practice, we are now rewiring our brain to fire and focus on the positive instead of the negative. So when we do that, when we become then faced with adversity, we can more quickly, more easily find the blessings of what is happening. So again, if you can find the blessing and work on that in the face of adversity, that is going to help you really harness the power of gratitude. And the last one here, I want to bring back in appreciation, because as I mentioned earlier, appreciation is like next level gratitude. Offering appreciation and showing your appreciation really does help get you in this gratitude mindset. So when you offer appreciation to yourself and others, it is really high vibing. A lot of research will tell you that appreciation is actually higher vibrational in its calibration than gratitude. So this looks something like this, okay? Let's say your partner cooks you a meal, and you can say, thank you for this meal, right? Thank you for this food. Thank you for dinner. Thank you for dinner, love. That's great. It's amazing to be grateful for something. But what if you said, I appreciate you taking the time to cook this meal and to share it with me, right? The difference is slight there, but it's there, right? I'm sure you can feel that. Again, showing appreciation is a way into gratitude, as gratitude is a way into appreciation. They're very closely related, but appreciation is a way to take your gratitude up to the next level. So again, if we think about in partnership, with my partner being overseas, I could say, thank you for calling me. But what I usually say to him instead is, I appreciate you making the time and effort to call and connect and spend quality time with me, right? Just a bit more powerful. So again, showing appreciation, it is the next level of gratitude. So if you've gotten into a good gratitude practice for yourself, maybe start building in the appreciation aspect. But wherever you are, tribe, I invite you to start somewhere, okay? And if you've done none of this yet, I highly recommend starting with the gratitude journaling, because it's quick, it's easy, and it's an amazing investment in you and your happiness and your well-being. And really just remember, there is so much power in gratitude and appreciation. And if you are on a journey to better yourself and to beautify our world, which is why you're here listening, right? You've got to understand that moving into gratitude is a key component to make that happen. And a reminder here, it's not just about saying it. It's about really feeling it and really feeling grateful and feeling appreciation. So we don't want to give this stuff lip service, all right? Because we are all connected. And the more you can truly feel that gratitude and truly feel that appreciation, the more it will spread. The more you talk about your blessings, it rubs off, man. The more your kids are going to talk about their blessings, and the more your partner is going to talk about them, and the more your friends will. Gratitude, appreciation, positivity, it's all contagious in a good way. So remember, if you've got the gratitude down, see if you can take it to the next level and move more into appreciation. But, wherever you're at, starting wherever you are and building on this will be truly powerful in helping you manifest your desires and really increase your health and well-being and your happiness. So I trust that you all found this really helpful, tribe. It's my hope that it does help you continue to expand and grow on your spiritual wellness journey. And ultimately, I know it will help you continue to better yourself so that together we can make the world a more beautiful place. Until next time, much love to you all, tribe. Hey, tribe, thank you so much for watching. If you liked this podcast, make sure to like the video below and then click subscribe so you never miss an episode. And remember, I've got lots of free resources available to you to support your healing, transformation, and ascension so you can help in making this a more beautiful world for us all. Make sure you check them out in the description below. Thanks again for tuning in, tribe. And until next time, much love to you all.